Emphysema. Emphysema is a chronic lung disease in which the walls of the alveoli are destroyed and break down. Alveoli are tiny air sacs where oxygen exchange happens. This destruction causes small air sacs to merge into fewer, larger, floppy air spaces. It's one of the two major forms of COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. The other being chronic bronchitis. So what does actually gets destroyed in emphysema? Normally, lungs have millions of tiny grape-like air sacs called alveoli, each surrounded by a network of capillaries. This is where oxygen enters the blood and carbon dioxide leaves it. In emphysema, the thin walls between neighboring alveoli break down and disappear. This results in that, instead of many small grapes, you get a few large, empty balloons, with far less total surface area for gas exchange, and far less elastic tissue to help push air back out. Therefore, the loss of elastic recoil is just as clinically important as the loss of surface area. Normal lung tissue has elastic fibers that passively spring back during exhalation. When that elastic scaffold is destroyed, exhalation becomes a struggle rather than a passive process. But why does this happen? It can be caused by smoking. This is by far the most common and important cause worldwide. Alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency. It is a genetic condition, important to remember especially in younger, non-smoking patients who develop emphysema. It is also caused by long-term exposure to air pollution, occupational dust or fumes, biomass fuel smoke, relevant in our region, especially indoor cooking smoke exposure. The unifying mechanism behind essentially all these causes is a protease-antiprotease imbalance. Normally, an enzyme called neutrophil elastase, which helps fight infection, is kept in check by alpha-1 antitrypsin, a protective enzyme inhibitor. Smoking and pollutants increase elastase activity and also directly inactivate alpha-1 antitrypsin, tipping the balance toward unchecked elastin destruction in alveolar walls. In alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, that protective inhibitor is simply missing or reduced genetically from birth. So the same destructive process happens even without smoking. But why does it cause breathing problems? Think of it as a chain reaction. Alveolar walls break down, leading to fewer, larger air sacs, thus having less surface area for oxygen exchange. This causes the loss of the lungs' natural elastic springiness. Thus the airways, which depend on surrounding lung tissue to stay open, start to collapse early during exhalation. So, air gets trapped behind these collapsing airways. These patients can breathe air in reasonably well, but they struggle to fully breathe it back out. Over time, trapped air accumulates, causing the lungs become chronically overinflated, hyperinflation.